All right. So I'm going over the Kylie Rodni party photos. Now, I know people are saying that that photo has been debunked, that it was from another time, but that's the car photo of the girls. And the one girl's in back, and people are saying, well, that's Kylie Rodni, but it really ain't. That photo supposedly has been debunked. We don't know if that's true or not. That might be Kylie Rodni in the back of that vehicle. We don't know, but so far, let's just go with the photo is is real, but it's not Kylie Rodni. But there's another photo of the party with the kids there, right? All right, right. They're saying that photo ain't real, right? That it's not. It's from the party, but it's not from that night. Now we don't know if that's true or not. They could be trying to say it ain't the photo of the party because you could see people in it. And then whoever was there, if that was there, would be questioned or suspect of what was going on. Now, keep in mind, Kylie Rodney's vehicle going in the water might not have been seen by him because they were partying, you know, drinking, music playing, you know. But in the footage or in the photo of the party, all the way on the left hand side of that photo is a light, and it's a white light. It ain't orange like a campfire. It ain't none of that. It's a white light, mist or a fog around it. Now we don't know or not, right? But if you do look at it, let's see if I can get this to work. I'm going to jump to another tab, and we blow that up. What do you see behind them? Trees, right? Trees. They're on a they're on a and they're on top of a hill or something. Okay, there's cars parked pointing this way towards the party. We can see cars in the video or in the photo here, lights shining on kids, whatever. But see way back here on the left hand side of this photo, that is a white light. And it looks like possibly, I don't know if it is or not, I'm not a professional, but it looks like possibly headlights. Now, that's if this photo is from there. Now, that can only be seen from two directions. Either they were right next to where her vehicle went in, or they would have had to bend to get that light right where they're at. Because where they're standing right here, these trees, that's pointing right to the tip of that area where you see that white light on the right hand side, all the way in back. It is almost somewhat ground level, but you can see down. And I would imagine so because they might be right on the edge of that hill. All right, let's check something else out. That's if this photo's even real from that night. They're trying to say it's not, but maybe they're saying it's not because actually they realized you can see headlights in the back of the car. All right. Now, this is theory. I'm waiting for the authorities to do their job. They might already know who the guy is, if it is foul play, or the people involved in it. But, all right, so we got that, right? So here's the point where she drives in. Okay? This is where she is. Where's that photo being taken from? I'll tell you where that photo is being taken from. Right over here. Right over this embankment here. This goes up. They're right on the hill just about. But all right, let's do something one more step more. Okay? Let's go to Google Earth. Okay, where are they at? Let me put this on. They're right here. This is where she drove in. They found the car. Where are they? They're right here, right on this ledge. Where the car's parked? Right here. This blind spot right here. Right by the water. What it is real. That's where they the green spot on Google Earth is that says Prosser Ranch Group Campground. There's a clearing there right on top of that hill. Where? Right where the tree line is. That group of kids standing there, where were them cars? They were in this open area right here, this small open area. Not this big giant area, this small open area, I bet. That's where they were standing. And if you take that photo and you triangular it to where that light is, that's right there. That's right where her car drove off. They were standing over here. That's right where that point is. They're sitting right on top of that hill. And literally, there is a good chance that that light right back there, way in the back, is actually the point of time when her vehicle went in the water. Maybe they left. Remember in the video they said there was a big group of people that went ahead and left at one time. Maybe they seen the vehicle go in the water, and maybe they tried to go check it out and maybe see if she was okay. I don't know. I'm just saying maybe there's anything's possible, but there's the triangulation of where she went in. If this photo is from there. Now they're trying to say that this photo that you're seeing right now is not from Poser Lake. It's from a different party. We don't know if that's true. But if it is true, where is that photo being taken from? There's only two spots. Across the lake to get that direction. That means they'd have to be all the way on the other side of the lake to get that shot, or the other triangular way, which is towards right where she went in. This spot right here. Let me see if I can blow this up. Yep, that's where they were. Here's where she went in. Here's the clearing right here, right by the water, where that photo, I believe, was taken. They were right up here in this tree line, right up in here. And you can actually see that there is a line of sight right through the trees, right to, boom, that little hill as she drove off into the lake. There it is. Now what they need to do is get some professionals out there to go park there at night, put a light on a raft in the water, a bright light, and see if you can see that light from that area. If you can, then that photo might be, this photo right here might be from that night of the party. And that's where the vehicles were parked. And right back there, by golly, that looks like headlights and some kind of fog around it, or a mist or something. I don't know, steam maybe, I don't know. The motor maybe being hot. If it went in the water, would it make steam being hot? It may be, maybe the catalytic converter, or it could have been overspray when the vehicle went in. It pushed up a spray of water, and the headlights are illuminating the water, and it's looking like a lit up mist. I don't know, maybe that is the line of sight that I'm seeing on Google Earth. The car's right here, and they're parked right here. And that would be line of sight. They might have caught it and not even realized what was going on. It could have been an accident, and they didn't realize that someone drove into the lake. It's, they might have thought maybe someone parked there to, maybe another camper or whatever. Or something bad happened and they drove the vehicle off, and someone there at the party at the last minute took a photo of everybody and knew that the car was sinking. So maybe someone had a heart or a conscience and went ahead and took a photo at the last minute to have proof. Maybe. I don't know. Is it possible she was dead before then? Yeah. We don't know. I hope they hurry up with the autopsy and everything. We don't know. We don't even know if this young lady even made it to that party. And this whole thing ain't a lie. But does it make sense to me? Does the triangulation of the photo and where the car went into the lake match up? Pretty dang close. It looks like that clearing right here, this massive clearing right here between these two giant pines, and over here on that side, in between here and the other pine here, that's a clear site, no trees in its way. If you go to Google Earth and you zoom in right here, look at, boys, the clear sight right through the trees, right to, boom, right where the car was, 50 feet off of the shore, 14 foot down, they said, 10 foot down. That car might have been floating for not long before it went down. Yeah, the triangulation of the photo matches. There's your plain clear view sight. What's there? Two giant pines right on each side. There's the clearing where the vehicles were parked. Yeah, possible. I don't know. If anyone's out there got any theories on it, and what stinks is we don't know. We don't know actually everything the police knows. People are like the tow truck driver is been cleared, and all these people been cleared, and nobody's been cleared. Nobody's been cleared. Not until the police come out. Not even the tow truck driver. Especially not the tow truck driver. This could have all been staged. Maybe, possibly, anything's possible. But let me keep in mind, it could have been Kiely is the one that left after other people left. She was there alone. And she left, maybe intoxicated, and drove into the water. Maybe someone else was driving and it was an accident. You know, we don't know. And this is what happens on YouTube with feeding frenzies. But if they ask me, the photos match. The line of sight matches from where they were. This party right here and that light way back there. And you can tell it's hundreds of feet back. Way back there. You can see it. Either it's dust, it's water spray, or steam from the car being hot, maybe being introduced to water, or it's dust that was kicked up, and the headlights is making it look like it's illuminating light. It's catch the dust. The light is catching the dust or the water. It sure the heck does. And then if you jump over to Google Earth, here's the point where she went in. Here's the road right into the point. Boom! It floated 50. The car was found 50 feet. I imagine it did float a little bit when it went into the water. You know, it wasn't a violent. I don't think she was probably going that fast. You know, these are sand roads. They're not, potholes, and they're not paved perfectly, roads. But if you look, boom, there's your line of sight right to where the vehicle went in the water, or possibly flipped, or whatever that, I don't think it flipped. I think it just drove just right in. And, I did listen to a couple people say, what if she just parked there to sleep it off overnight? And maybe forgot to put the car in park, and the car was in drive, and she passed out sleeping, and the car rolled by itself. Maybe. It's possible. But there's your line of sight right there. Look at that clear shot right to where the vehicle drove off, right here. In that photo, there's two giant pine trees with a perfect gap all the way through it. Where does that lead? Right here, where she drove off. And you can see it clear as day. I don't know. Maybe someone did see something there. They have to find out if that photo is from Poser Lake. You got to get a team up there of investigators and walk around there and see if you have a clear line of sight to that point where that car was found. You got to look for them two pine trees out there, because then they can say, no, this party was at Poser Lake, and this photo is from Poser Lake. This ain't a photo all the way up in another state, in Nevada. This photo is from Poser Lake. They have to find that out. And that's where the investigator teams would come. Look at that. There's two big giant pine trees. And then you got two more giant, you got three. One here, one behind the kids, and then you got one right all the way, you could barely see it in the photo. And that third one is the one that's pretty clean and open where there ain't no trees, and you can see. And maybe what this kid is doing, look at this dude, he's like leaning forward looking, and he's like almost on one leg, you know. He might have been out there and said, dude, it looks like somebody drove into the lake or something's going on. You know, we don't know. Who knows? But they need a team up there to start taking photos around there. And they need to stand right on top of that embankment by the campground right here. Not in this big, giant, open. Well, it's somewhere in here. It's somewhere in this tree line. Let me blow it up a little bit. I'm thinking that it came from here, right here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'm thinking it came from right here. Them cars and them kids were right in this area. Either right here in this area or back here on the other side in this big giant clearing. And they had a clear shot. I still think they were in this small area right off of that turn, that there's a clearing. And I think that photo matches up with these three giant pine trees, 1, 2, and 3. And there's the clean view that goes directly to where? Oh, oh, dang it, I slid. Sorry. Right here is where the vehicle was found. If we move this up, that's where they were, I believe. Either there or in this clearing right here. Well, you can see there's turnoffs off of that road. There's a couple turnoffs right there. There's one small one here with a whole bunch of tire tracks. And then you got this turnoff here around that bend before you get to that giant clearing. I believe that's where it is from. And in order to get that photo, they had to be here. If not, they had to be all the way over on the other side of the lake. Let me zoom out a little bit. Here's where a car was found. They would have had to been way over here. They would have had to been all the way on the other side of the lake, and took that. They had to be somewhere down in here by, I don't know what county that is, something construction site, design and construction. They would have had to been way over here, and I think the photo is, the lights are too close to be that far away. And I'm guessing that photo was taken right here, right at the green spot on Google map that shows Prosser Ranch Group Campground. There is a big clearing, well, a small clearing, and a road leading right off of it. And then this big giant clearing behind it. And I believe that's probably where that photo was taken. if the photo is from that night. The only way to tell is get some guys up there with cameras and start taking photos, and then put a light out there at night in a raft equal to 2 headlights, and see if you can get a photo of that light in plain sight, nothing blocking it, a good shot of that light. And if so, that's the area that they were, right here in this small little area. Them themselves were real close to the water. My opinion. I don't know if that's fact, but my opinion. But you don't know. Yeah, I mean, so many lies and deception, and the first the photos came out, uh, that said that was uh, Kiely in the back of that car with the girls and the photo, and everyone said, then Upchurch did that video. Well, that girl looks dead, and so Upchurch checked it out. Everyone looked at that photo and blew it up or whatever, uh, and looked at it and said, it's a possibility. But then someone came out and said, no, I'm alive, and that's me in the back of the car. And that photo wasn't even taken at Poser Lake. It was taken at another party. Okay. But is the photo of the party and the kids, was that from Nevada too? Or is that actually a photo of the party at Poser Lake? If it is, you got to get a team of guys up there. Makes sense to me. Makes a lot of sense to me. Hmm. Look at all the garbage on the ground. Is it garbage, or is it rocks and garbage mixed in together? I don't know, but it looks like garbage. I hope them kids pick that stuff up after they're done. It's no wonder we got all kinds of crap in our water and bottles, and very interesting. Interesting. Hmm. I don't know. Maybe at the last minute before I was leaving, they just by coincidence snapped that photo, or they were there and knew maybe the vehicle went in the lake. Maybe a group of people did leave to try and see what happened, or panicked or whatever. Maybe there was foul play and they pushed the vehicle in the water or whatever. And someone there might have had a conscience and took the photo, or just by coincidence took the photo and actually captured possibly the vehicle entering the water or floating in the water before it went down. Wow, that's some stuff there, man. What does anyone think about that? What'd the tow truck driver say? He can't remember if he's seen her Friday morning, Saturday morning, or Sunday morning. He wasn't sure. He said his vehicle had cameras. We haven't seen that video, so we really don't know anything. We don't even know if that video exists. So, could this have been some kind of a plan to do something? I don't know, but could she have been? Numerous things could have happened. We don't know. Let them figure out the case. I'm sure they're hot on it. They might know who the people are already. I'm just not buying that the tow truck driver talked to the police, because the police didn't even know if it was a murder case, a missing persons case. You would think if they talked to the cops would have told them, don't say anything. It's an ongoing case. And you saying something might mess up everything. You know. So I'm iffy if he actually talked to the police or his company. The tow truck driver's company might have talked to the police, but I don't know if tow truck driver did or not. He might have, but him coming out and saying anything, they should have told him, don't say nothing. Nothing. Really, if they had any, I would have told them, I advise you not to talk about it, because anything you say, could be used against you. Plus, it's an ongoing case. I don't know. I don't think a lot of these people talk to the police. They might have talked to somebody that knows law enforcement, or might have been, or maybe someone's parent, or maybe someone that was there was a lawyer or something. But I don't think they talked to the police, because, the police would tell them, don't say nothing, especially to the media, because it's an ongoing case. But I don't know. Things work differently. There's different protocols in different places. So the only thing they could do is get somebody up there to take some photos at night and during the day. See if you got a clear shot to that point where a car went off. At night, get some people out there to take photos. Put 2 giant lights in a raft. Put it about 10 foot offshore. Take a photo from the top of that area. See if you can see that light. If you can't, move the raft out another 10 foot. So it's 20 foot off of the. Take a photo. See if you can see that light out there. Like I said, it could be just a drowning, but they actually might have caught it on a photo. The proof that maybe she just drove in accidentally. But autopsy will tell that. Autopsy will tell that. Well, you think about it. If they were somewhere else and something happened to her, if she was at another party and they ended up wanting to get rid of the body somewhere, what would be the best way to do that? I don't know. You know, I don't know. Maybe put the vehicle on a tow truck and make it seem like it was in an accident or something. How would you hide the vehicle? Well, you'd take it possibly to a storage unit or a yard, tow truck yard. Wait for it to cool down or whatever, and then get rid of the vehicle. Possibly. Is it possible? Sure. Is that what happened? Well, I don't know. But is it possible? Yeah. Yeah. Then what? Well, depending on what kind of tow truck it is, might have been a 4-wheel drive tow truck. Would have been able to get in and out of there no problem. As the party's going on, they dump the vehicle. You know, is it possible? Sure is. And then the guy comes on and says, "Hey, yeah, I seen him. I wasn't sure if it was." Well, that's covering up that is possibly evidences on the vehicle. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened, but is it possible? Yeah, sure is. Sure is possible. She might have never made it to that party. We don't know. We don't know. You know why? Because we weren't there. This is why I want drones in the sky, watching campgrounds. Not because you're out there running around naked, because maybe there's something wrong. You know, if something happens. Now all these videos coming out saying that she was tied up naked. I don't really hope to hear about that, but that's what they said. Now, is that true? I don't know. We'll find out, though. Waiting. It stinks, don't it? Waiting to see what happens. But at this point, as far in the case, that's all we can do. Everybody's suspect. We'll find out. I think they said in a month. 2 months. I hope these guys know what they're doing. I would be out there at Poser Lake taking photos. There's only certain places they could be. The other place would have to be all the way across the lake. For them to get that angle, that trajectory of the car being here, they would have to be all the way on the other side of the lake, way out here in this big clearing at Sapphire Lane. That is in trajectory. Well, if you took a photo from the shore, from that area, it would line up. If you're looking directly at that photo, that light would be on the left-hand side of them as we're looking at the photo, the left side of the photo. And I think that light is way too close for it to be all the way on the other side of the lake to take that photo. The distance between is way too far. They'd have to be way over here. It's too far of a distance for that light to be as close as it is in that photo. So that means the photo came from the other direction, somewhere up in here, which makes more sense because the angle of trajectory of the light and the photo matches more. They'd be up in this area somewhere. That's what I'm thinking. Up in this area right here. Looks like there's a let me get in closer. Look at this. Look at it. This is all roads. Right next to there. Right off this road. Actually, there's there's 3 vehicles already parked there. But there's a road that leads right off of it where you could park vehicles, and then you come around that bend, and what is there? Another turnoff with it looks like another dirt road that goes off into this back area. And that could be what we're seeing is the brush and the rocks and all that crap in the photo, and there really ain't too much garbage. It's just all this stuff, foliage or whatever they call it, or ground cover, rocks and stuff. And I don't know. I'm guessing that'd have to be where they were. I mean, this is all roads. Could they have got back there? Yeah. Sure could have. I don't know. Just my theory. That's the only way to tell if that photo there. And that's why you can see this light in the background on the left-hand side. Now, someone said that was tree bark that was pulled off of the vehicle and the light was hitting it. I don't think so. I just don't think so. To me, that looks like a light. I thought it was a campfire until you blow it up even bigger and you can see there's no orange flame or blue flame to it. It's white, just like a headlight. Yeah, maybe. All right, folks. Now, there's my whole thing. But I'm going to wait till they come out and say what's up. They'll find out. And they will let everyone know. And could it have been a cover up? It could have. Could have been a lot of things. But at this point, I don't know. Maybe I am done with this case. A half, 2 months, whatever it is. All right. Everyone have a good night. Be safe.